Good everyone, my name is Graphics. Today we want to solve another exercise involving cam, and the question goes like this. It says a plate cam with the follower having its line of action on the cam center line transmit the following motion. A lift of 40 millimeter in 150 degree with simple harmonic motion, dwell for 60 degree, and a fall of 40 millimeter in 150 degree with simple harmonic motion. The follower is knife edge rotating in clockwise direction. The least radius of the cam is 30 millimeter. Construct the displacement diagram and hence produce the cam profile. Now the first thing you have to do is to create a table and put in these parameters in the question, and this is how we are going to do it. You create a table at one side of the drawing sheet, either the left or the right depending on you, but for me I'm starting from the left hand side. So I'm going to draw the horizontal line, the vertical line this way, right? I should be able to thicken it from here straight down to here. Now I will just give 7 or 8 parallel line, so 7 lines. So divide it into 70 or draw a line of 70 millimeter this way. For this question it varies, so from one to, I'm starting from here, from 1 to 8 is 70. I'll use what you can see properly. So let's start from 0 to 7 is 70. You can see that. So I've already taken that line this way, and I'll take, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Start again. And the same thing I'm going to do, the length I'll use, depending on you what you want to use for the length. So I'm going to use 114. So just use my set square. I'll draw this way, and I'll measure 140 from 1 to this point here is 140. You can see that. And I will close it up with my set square this way. Draw a vertical line upward this way, and I'm going to close here up from here to this point with my thick line. You can see that. So we successfully done that. Now to start. So if you look at the question, we are given a lift of 40 millimeter in 150 degree with simple harmonic motion. So that's what I'm going to write at the first part here, right? So let's do that. So that's what we have. You write the lift 150 millimeter in 150 degree with simple harmonic motion. The next thing there is the dwell. So it's dwell for 60 degree. So we write that. So that's what we have there. Then the next one in the question is the fall 40 millimeter in 150 degree with simple harmonic motion. So we'll do that. So that's what we have here. In the question also, we are told that the follower type is knife edge. So we write it out, right? So the next thing in the question is the follower rotation. We're told it is what? Clockwise. So you write it out. So that is the clockwise, right? Then the next thing in the question is the cam radius, the least cam radius, and that is 30 millimeter. You write that out, and we've done that. Then the last parameter there is not in the question, but you should know that because we're talking about the cam rotation. So the cam rotation should be anti-clockwise. Why? Because the follower rotation is clockwise, as stated in the question. So we'll say that the cam rotation is what? Anti-clockwise. And that is what we have. So the first thing you do after you draw the profile diagram, you take your T-square and you draw an horizontal line this way, right? And select a point here. Then you draw, or you select the point around here, let me say here. Then you draw a vertical line at this point. like this. Now the height of this line is the lift, right, which is what, 40 millimeter. Now I'm going to take my set square. I'll take my meter rule and my compass. I will measure half of the 40 this way, which is 20, and I'll place it at this point when the line meets. I'll mark this way. I'll place it here, and I'm going to draw a semicircle. And the reason why I'm drawing a semicircle is because we are told it is a simple harmonic motion, right? Now you will now divide it into 6. How will you do that? You move your t-square to this center point. You just draw a vertical line, like a horizontal line this way, and with the measurement that you use to draw the semicircle, you place it at this base point here. You mark here. You place it at this top here, and you mark here also, right? And you place it at this point here. You mark up and down. So you radiate this point to the center point here, this way. You radiate it to the center point this way. All should be in your faint lines. Now you call here to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You can see that. Now the next thing you do, you're going to draw an horizontal line here, this way. So with your meter rule in centimeter, you're going to mark this into 12 equal division. So from here to here is 12, right? And we're told that the first 40 millimeter is 150, right? So if I should move to 150, I can say that this is 0, 0, 30, 60, 90, 120, 150 at this point here. That is the first 150 degree, right? And I am going to mark that point as a point of my rise or the lift. So this area here is given as what? The lift. Now the next one is 60 millimeter, as in 60 degree for the dwell. So we say 0, 30, right? And what? And 60. I'm taking each centimeter to be 30 degree. So this is 0, 30, and 60. And I'm going to draw it down here this way. So this area here is my dwell. Now the next one, the remaining one, is another 150. So this is 0, 10, 20, this is 0, 30, 40, 0, 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, and this is what we are here. So that part there is the fall. Now both of them are simple harmonic motion, so I don't really have to construct another semicircle here. I will just simply project this point in this manner. So this, with the reference of here, I'll draw this. With the reference of here, I'll draw this. With here also as reference, I'll draw this. With here too as reference, I'm going to draw this. So this is what we have here, right? I need to also do this also. All these points this way. Touch here. touch here, touch here, and here. And you can see that. Now, since this semicircle is divided into 6 equal parts, you have to divide here into 6 equal parts, so it will correspond with the division of here, right? Now what I will do is I'll use the method of line division. If you can't remember, you can easily click at the link at the top right corner here. Now I'll draw at any angle. I'll draw an inclined line this way. Now take my compass at any given radius. I'll place it here, and I'm going to mark like this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You can see that. Now if I do that way, I will now take my set square. I'll connect this point to this point here, and I'll draw a line this way. Yes, if I've done that, I'll now take this and place at the base here. So this will be moving in this direction. This will be moving in this direction. You see that? And I'll also repeat the same here also. But if I don't want to stress myself and repeating it, I'll just take the measurement of this from here to here, to this point. You can see that. And I'll come here, since they are the same, I'll mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is what? 6. So I'll take that up to. So these are the points. Now if I start, so this is 0, this will be 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6. This will be 6, 5, that is 6 prime, 5 prime, 4 prime, 3 prime, 2 prime, 1 prime, and what? 0 prime. Just to not cause confusion. Now where 1 meets 1, this is 1 meeting line 1 will be our number 2 point. This is first point, second point. Now where 2 meet line 2, this is line 2, that will be the second point. Where 3 meet line 3, where 4 meet line 4, where 5 meet line 5, and where 6 meet line 6. These are the points here. And I'm going to use my French curve to connect those points together. So using my French curve, I'm going to connect from here. You can see that, at least take 3 points. From here, straight down to this point. Then, from here, I'll be taking 3 points each. You can take this, and you can take this. And this. So that is this one we have. Then I'll do the same thing here. I'll prolong, this is 6, the next one will be 5, which is this. This is 5, the next one is 4, This is 4, 3, this is 3, 2, this is 2, 1, this is 1, then what? 0. That's taking. Now take my French curve and connect. Taking 3 points at a time. Take this to this, right? Then can take this to this, right? Then I'll take this here to this. Then this is dwell, connecting it straight. Now this is what we have here. This is our profile diagram, right? Now the next thing is for you to draw the cam movement, the follower movement. So what I'll do is I'm going to take my set square, right, on my t-square, and I'll draw a vertical and an horizontal line this way. I'll draw this way. And this way. So I'll pick a point on that line, right? The point I am picking will be the center of my my cam radius, which is 30 millimeter. So I'm going to take my compass and my meter rule. I'm going to measure what? 30, right? So I'll measure 30. So it's this from here to this point is 30 millimeter, and I'll place it here. And I'm going to draw a circle this way. I'll thicken it from this point here. Right? Then on top of it will be my lift of 40 millimeter again. So I'm going to measure 40. So from here to this point, this is 0, and this is what? 40. So that is where I'm going to draw a circle. This way. You can see that. So let's move this up so you get to see what I'm trying to display. Now we've done that. Now the next thing we'll do is on this follower here, the type of follower that we have is a knife edge. So you construct it on this point here. So how will you do that? You take your compass, your ruler and your ruler and your pencil, draw a line this way, come up here again, draw another line this way. Then you can try to take any measurement. I can say maybe in between should be like 5. In between should be like 5 this way. Then I'll draw it down. So draw it down this way from here, taking it, and from here also, I'll taking it. Then I'll connect this point to this point. Then I'll connect this point to this point, and I'll close here up. So that is my knife edge. Why am I putting it here? Because in the question we're told it is centered, that the line of action is what? Is centered on the cam. Is on the center of the cam here, which is this here from the question. So if you read it, just like it says that what? It says having its line of action on the cam, right? The follower having its line of action on the cam center here. Now the next thing we'll do is to divide this into this division from 0 to 6. That is, the first one is 150, the next one is 60 and 150. So that will be the help with the help of your protractor. You place it this way. This is the center here, right? So from here straight down to here is 150. You can see that this is the 150 here. All good. So I'll take my ruler. Whatever I do must not pass that bigger circle. Take my rule and I'll just measure this to touch here. You can see that. So it means that from this point straight down to this point is 150 degrees. So let me just put it there so you see, which is not really necessary to do. So it means that from here straight down to this point here is an angle of what? 150 degree. Not really necessary. I'm just doing it just for explanation's sake. So the first 150. Then the next one is 60. So I'll still place it at this point here, taking my center at this point. So do I place it with this line here? Place it like this. Right? So it's 60. So from 0 to what? 60 is the next point. You can see that? So I'll draw it to pass through the center from here to here. So it means that from this point here to this point is 100 and what is 60 degree. The question you should be asking is, why am I going in this manner? It's because we are told in the equation that what the ruler rotation is what clockwise. That is why I'm moving in this manner. All right. So I'll just take my pencil and just show you we're going like this. So that's the rotation we're going. Now the next thing we'll do, it says the next one is what? 150. So what you do is we know the remaining one is 150 without being told. Is what 150. But let me just show you for understanding's sake. So if I place it this way, right, you discover that from this point here, from 0 here straight down, this is what 150. So it means that from this part here to this part here is given as what? 150 again. So that is making 360, a complete revolution. It's 150 degrees. Now we'll start. Now if you look at this from here to here is 150, but we divided it into 6. So 150 divided by 6, that will be what? 25. So I'm going to divide here into what? 25 degree, right? Each demarcation 25 degree into 6 places. So when I place it this way, look at what I'm doing. Once I place it from 0 here, right, I'm starting from here. Now this is from 0 to here is 25. So let me start from 5. This is 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 3, 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5, then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, here 6. So I'll take my meter rule and I'll pass it through those points, right, like this, to the center, 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 and this will have half. Don't forget that we don't need this line here, so let me just remove it. Now the next one, I will not take my compass. I will now come here also. From here to here is dwell, right? So I don't have to divide it. You see the way here is blank, so I don't have to divide it. So from here, so if this will be, if I'm moving, this will be 0 degree, this will be 25 degree, this will be 50, this will be 75, this will be 100, this will be 125, 150, right? Now, as you divided here by 25 millimeter each, this part, which is this part here, the dwell, you're not going to divide it because we're told it is dwell for what, 60 degree, and from here to here is given as what, as 60 degree, right? Which I indicated here. Now the next one is what, the fall from the parameters is 150, and we said from here straight down to here is 150, so we're going to divide here into 150 each, just like we divide into 50 and 25 degree each, just like we divided here. So I'll take my protractor, I'll do the same thing just like I did. So when I place it here, right, I'll place it here, and I'll be having this starting from 0 and the center point here, and I'll start. So by the time I do that, I'll be having 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, and 25. Or you do it 5, 5, 5, do I did this, right? You now take your rule and radiate them, draw a line that will pass through them to touch the circumference of the circle. You do this too. You do this too. You do this too. You do this too. Right? So if this is 150, that again, you come again, this will be from 150 again, like we're falling again now, right? We rise, we lift, we dwell, and we fall again. So if this is 150, here is 150, we'll be having 125, we'll be having 100, we'll be having 75, we'll be having 50, 25, then what, 0. So we are going in this manner. So I can easily say 150, I can move to the next one to be what, 175, right? 200. So we can move in that manner. So I will now come to the first one. For 0, this is 0, starting from here, this will be what, 0. The next one is 1. Taking your compass, place it at 1 and taking it to this point. Then you come to that one here is for 25. Place it here and I mark. Right, so it means that this point here is what? I can call it 25. Is that taken? Then the next one is 50. I'll come to 50 and mark. So we're talking about this point and this point, so we should not make that mistake. So it means that this point here is what? Is 50. I'll come again to the next one, which will be 75. I'll come to the line of 75 here and I'm going to mark. So this is what? 75. So it means that this line here is what? 75 degree. Then the next one, I'll come to 100. It is 4. I'll come to the 100 here. I'll mark. So it means that this point here is what? Is 100. So 1, 0, 0, 100. I'll come to the next one, 125. I'll mark it on 125. I'll mark. So this point here is given as what? 125. Then the other one, which is 150 from here to here, where it starts to dwell, is from here to this point here. You can see. So this point here is 150. So it means that this point number 6 is 150. That again. So from here to here is dwelling. So I should just save time. I'll join this point first. Let's start from here, taking 3 points at a time. And let's start from here. After that, then this, then this, just join it the way you can join it, right? Just use this way. Then the rest is dual. So this is dualing. This. So 150. So from here to here is dual. That's why it's moving like this. Then the next one is, I'll start now. The next 150. From here to here is from here to here. If I measure it this way, I'll come to this point. You realize it's here. Then the next one, so it means this point 2 is also what? 150. Is that again? So I'll come to the next one, which will be 125, which is here. I'll mark here. So this is 125. So this point is 125. Right? Then the next one, which is 100, I'll place it from here to here. 100. I'll mark. So this point here is 100. So it means from here to here is what? Is 100. Then I'll come to the next one, which is 75 here. Come to 75. I'll mark. So this point here is 75. So I can easily put the 75 here. Then I'll come to the next one, which is 50. I'll measure from here to here. 50. Right? I'll place it here on 50. I'm going to mark. Then the next one, which is 25. Onto 25, I'm going to mark. Then back to 0. So these are the points I am going to join together. Right? So you just correct this. This will be 50. This will be 25. And back to 0. So I use my French curve. And I'm going to join all together this way. This point. This. So this is the follower. That is the displacement diagram of the follower and the profile diagram, right? So if you have found this video helpful, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.